Hey, it's Mother Funny Time with Andie and Angie.
2 cousins, 8 kids, 1 grandkid, 2 states.
And a whole lot of fun. Woo! Welcome back, Mother Funny Tribe. He is risen.
He is risen indeed.
Okay, there we are.
I don't know if I was supposed to say it
Angie
again.
and Andy. Always. You shouldn't even have to think if you're supposed to say it because we've been in church for our whole lives and he is risen indeed. It's just automatic. Anyway, we're talking about Easter some more on this Mother Funny podcast.
Oh, we could talk about Easter s'mores. I like that idea too.
Easter s'mores?
Yes. You had peeps instead of like the marshmallows. Yes.
Oh.
Look at Andy. She's coming up with all these good ideas. Easter s'mores, Easter treats.
You take your Cadbury eggs. Yes. You put your peep in there. And then just graham crackers, I guess, because there's not they're probably bunny shaped. Easter s'mores on the beach during
sunrise service.
Sunrise service.
Yes. And that's the thing, moms. We know it's Easter week, Holy Week, the Wednesday before Easter, whatever you want to call it. Maybe it's just a typical day for you and this is a typical week. And that's okay too. We see you.
It's the middle of the week.
We know it's a lot. Good Friday is coming up, whether you celebrate Good Friday or not. And I think even when we're talking about Easter and church services, and a lot of services, like they will have the Good Friday services, or some churches do like Easter service on a Saturday, or they'll do multiple services on a Sunday, or like Andy talked about, sunrise service. So we know this week, your week might look extremely different than any other week throughout the year. And that's why we wanted to talk about it and share it, because moms are the ones who are planning and preparing and scheduling and rearranging their schedules. And we just want you to know that we see you and we understand and recognize it's a lot this week. And we want to encourage you through that.
Yes. So get some extra caffeine, get some extra time to yourself in, and get ready to have fun. And yeah, Good Friday service. We totally loved Good Friday service. They're usually around noon on a Friday, which used to be easier because kids used to have spring break during Easter week, and now it is no longer. So kids don't always have it off, but you can always take your kids out of school to go if you want to go, because what are they going to say? What are they going to say? No, you can't go to Good Friday service. No, they're not going to say that.
They can't. I mean, they're not going to.
So this episode, though, we're also going to talk about Easter baskets.
Yay! Okay, I have to ask, because we had all the Santa conversations, and now it's Easter, and we're saying Easter baskets, and there's an Easter bunny who leaves.
Did my kids believe in the Easter bunny
baskets and all the goodies and all the candy?
Mom and Dad did the Easter baskets.
Oh, gosh.
My kids, I know they didn't believe in the Easter bunny, but we always had Easter baskets. We did Easter egg hunts, but they didn't think that there was a bunny. Okay, here's funny story. Oh my goodness. I totally forgot about it. Memory unlocked. When we were little, we were staying, you guys were there. Darcy for sure was there. I'm pretty sure you were born because she had to be like 4. We were staying at Grandma and Grandpa's house, and Darcy wouldn't go to sleep. And I'm like, Darcy, you have to go to bed because the Easter bunny has to come. Darcy was terrified. And I think I got in trouble.
Wait, why was she terrified?
Because of the Easter bunny. She's like, this giant bunny is going to come. Like, she was just very scared.
Oh.
I scared her with the Easter bunny. I totally forgot about that till right now.
I've never heard that story.
And maybe that, yeah, I got, Darcy was scared. I made it harder for her to go to sleep because of the giant bunny that was going to come. But no, we did Easter baskets, and I always put candy in there, but I always put really practical things. Like I'd put in like fun toys, like a cute toy that they'd want, like maybe a Barbie or one of those spinny. Remember those little spinny, like dancer? I don't remember what they're called. And sky dancer dolls that they would fly anyway, or whatever. And then always fun underwear, which I know I've mentioned before. Fun underwear, for some reason, I don't know why I started. I stopped it by the time they were at elementary, or probably by the time they were really well potty trained. I don't know, but they got funderwear.
In their Easter basket?
In their Easter basket. I don't know why, but I remember being like, oh, they need more underwear. Here's some cute strawberry shortcake underwear to go with your Sky Dancer and your Cadbury eggs. I don't know why.
Okay.
I mean, once they get older, you can't do it. I probably put in some fun toothbrush and toothpaste. For me, it was kind of like, you know how like kids around Christmas, whatever they need, they get like toothpaste and toothbrush in their stockings. I kind of brought that to the Easter basket, but still added fun. And the kids would open it and play with their stuff. Like usually it was something they could have fun with at sunrise service, like a toy they could bring.
Oh, so they would go through their Easter baskets before sunrise service. Oh.
Yeah. Or we'd bring them. We'd either do it I think we did it before, but they'd also bring them or bring the toy from there.
Okay. People, this is not a tip or trick. Putting underwear in the Easter basket.
Underwear, fun
not a
underwear.
Tip or trick.
Your toddler's into Paw Patrol underwear. You can sing the Pea Patrol song. I mean, kids love fun underwear.
I'm not dissing it. Like, that's awesome for you. I think that's great. I mean, Cole's in the potty training stage now, so maybe he would want
Try it.
Dinosaur underwear. I guess there's multiple ways that the Easter Bunny brings my kids their Easter baskets and fills up the Easter baskets, and the Easter Bunny lays and hides all the eggs. So that way when the kids wake up, it's, oh my gosh, here's this Easter basket full of all these fun toys and a ton of candy and Peeps. And then we all kind of have to get up at the same time and agree at the same time. Okay, go. And then they run around the house looking for all the eggs. And in the eggs is all the candy. And they're collecting it. And sometimes there could be money in it, or the jelly beans, or Hershey Kisses, or whatever that Easter candy is. And then it's just this total like crazy explosion of excitement and fun and candy and chaos. And then after that, that's when they like go through their Easter basket and spend time and go through all their candy. And my kids like to organize their Easter candy, which is funny. So I always have to make sure I have extra Ziploc bags because they want to organize it by like the candy. Sometimes they even like to organize the jelly beans or the Jelly Bellies by specific color. And so that's all the Easter Bunny, though. Like, that's what the Easter Bunny brings. And it's that excitement and that huge, giant surprise. I know the Easter Bunny has never brought my kids underwear, but, you know, maybe Cole would want that.
That's something they'll bring up in therapy later. Don't worry.
I don't know if that's also a little traumatizing that an Easter Bunny's bringing them underwear. I don't know where that lies.
Well, see, there's a difference.
And
that
I also don't know why you think
not as nice with an Easter Bunny, a stranger bringing them underwear.
Yeah, because that gets a little odd. I don't ever think my kids think the Easter Bunny is a big Easter Bunny, so I've never talked to my kids about the size of the Easter Bunny. I know that they watched that movie Hop, which is such a cute, super fun family movie, and I think the Easter Bunny's smaller and shorter. So I think my kids think the Easter Bunny is shorter, but maybe some people do think it's a big, huge, giant Easter Bunny, because when you meet an Easter Bunny at, you know, like when you take pictures with the Easter Bunny or at a church like we talked about, or a community event,
he's always big because it's an adult.
Yeah, so I've never thought about the size of the Easter Bunny. But yes, the baskets are a fun surprise, and it is fun for kids to like have the baskets. I don't know if some people choose not to have Easter baskets because of their religion. I don't know if there's a controversy fully surrounding that. I don't know, growing up or even now, if people choose not to do Easter baskets because of their beliefs. I know Andie kind of mentioned the controversy before. I've never felt judgment from anyone for having an Easter basket.
Yeah, I always did them, and I didn't really, I don't think people really cared. And if they did, like, it didn't matter to me, because Easter baskets are so much fun. And and they needed new underwear. What can I say? But now that my kids are older, they are very picky about what goes in their Easter basket. Like, you can't just put in any candy. Now, like chocolate, you can't just put in random chocolate. It has to be specific chocolate. And then I have a child who doesn't like just, she doesn't like chocolate bunnies. Shiloh doesn't like chocolate bunnies. So every year she gets like a pack of sour straws. Like, she's like, don't forget the sour straws, Mom. And I'm like, I know you don't like it. But then I'll get like a nicer chocolate bunny, like a Ghirardelli or C's or something, like something, or Lint. But yeah, I have to like up it and remember what they like. They don't like just random jelly beans. It's got to be like, if we do jelly beans, it has to be a specific jelly bean. So they get a little more bougie as they get older. And then there's always like gift cards and stuff in there. And underwear, of course. Just kidding.
When we have and celebrate Easter, like with our family, it's usually at my sister Danielle's house, and she does bunny bucks. And so she'll have like a ton of eggs out, and in there can be some candy, or there's like these bunny bucks. And then the kids, like at the end, they open up all their eggs and they kind of organize it and sort it out. And then with their bunny bucks, they go to Auntie Elle's store, and there's all these like little gifts and presents. And then they use their bunny bucks and they buy a present. So it is
That's so
cool. My kids love going to Auntie Elle's store. And then it's also less candy and less chocolate and more of a fun surprise. And like you're saying, that's what they can play with for the rest of the day, or they get really excited about it. Or there could even be coupons for like, and there's also gift cards too for the older kids. They go on a huge giant egg hunt or kind of like scavenger hunt type thing, and they do a lot of gift cards, which is fun for older kids, kind of like what you're mentioning, or you mentioned even getting money for the Easter egg hunt. So there's so many options and versions, I think, especially depending on what age your child is. And then like you're saying, filling up those Easter baskets accordingly. My kids don't get much candy or sugar throughout the year, so for them, like Easter is an all out sugar high, and they love it. And like, I don't limit their sugar too much on Easter, and they're literally bouncing off the walls, and I'm like, well, that's why you're gonna go run around outside. You know? Like, they look forward to it. This is their day of sugar and Peeps and chocolate. And just a side note for anyone, like, because sometimes they have those community Easter egg hunts, or they have like the neighborhood Easter egg hunts. When you are buying candy, just be mindful. Kind of a tip or trick. I'm not telling you what to do, but some kids have food allergies, so maybe don't get like the Reese's. Because if it's a child with a peanut allergy like Brooklyn has, and then she opens up an egg and there's a Reese's, like she can't have it. She can't even touch it. So I'm like, I have to take it. So just to be mindful of that, you know, just maybe go for the Starburst instead.
That's a good point. Like if you have a group of people and there's a nut allergy, specific like nut allergies are, you know, they can be very serious. So yeah, I agree. I just knew a girl recently the other day who had to EpiPen herself. She was older twice from somebody accidentally giving her something. She's fine. But yes, it's, good tip or trick.
Not to bring it down. Do you remember?
Not to bring it down.
As a kid though, right? Easter morning, like you're so excited. Did your mom ever make you wear your hair in curlers like the night before Easter so your hair would be curlers?
I feel like I did. I feel like I did do curlers. I think my mom, like I always had a pretty Easter dress, did my hair. We had Easter baskets. We'd go to my grandparents, usually on my dad's side, and do an Easter egg hunt. But we hunted hard-boiled eggs.
What?
And the problem is, like, they would get sometimes forgot, like you'd miss them, and then like 3 years later you'd find a rotten Easter egg
because it would smell.
Yeah, like we'd be like, they'd be like, we know there's another one out there. But I even loved hunting hard-boiled eggs. Like, even though they didn't have candy inside, it was just like the competition and fun of it all, and being with your cousins and your siblings. I always remember really fun Easter memories. And then we'd have them with you guys. I don't remember Grandma and Grandpa Vance doing Easter egg hunts.
I don't know. We'll have to ask our moms. I'm sure we celebrated a few Easters together. I know I have a lot of memories of celebrating Easter at my house or going to the church that we went to when I was a child. I do remember one year we went to church and we came home, and then we were going to have the Easter egg hunt in the backyard. And my mom kept saying, like, get away from the back door, get away from the back door. It's because my dad was laying all the eggs and she didn't want me to see. But I remember
your dad was laying eggs?
Well, you know, hiding eggs. Sorry. My dad was hiding all the eggs.
Your dad is magical.
You didn't know?
Your dad is the Easter bunny.
Shh.
Uncle Dean.
Don't let out the secret. And it was so funny because I remember being like, why does my mom care if I'm by the back door? Like, she never cared at any other time. And then this one specific time, she was like, step away from the back door. But when you're the youngest and it's an Easter egg hunt, like those older siblings, older cousins, I'm looking at you if we ever did this. Like, they clean house and you end up with like 4. Plus, I'm not the best Easter egg finder. And so I just remember like I'd have like 4 and Danielle would have 20 and Darcy's great at finding Easter eggs. And I'm like, wait, what's going on here?
After she got over her fear of the giant Easter bunny.
Oh, she participated. She did. Just finding Easter eggs, that's not one of my strengths. And even as an adult, I'm like, I'm not the one that the kids want to ask. Like, Mom, can you help me find this Easter egg? It's like, I'm not going to help you very well. We're not going to do very well. Sorry.
So did you believe in the Easter bunny growing up?
I mean, this is where it gets controversial. I did. I don't know if my mom told me about the Easter bunny.
Just like Santa.
I don't know. I believed in the Easter bunny 100%. Because we, at least in my heart, which, again, who knows what I was told.
Is the Easter bunny in your heart with Santa?
Not as much. But yeah, like we celebrated like, oh, Jesus died on the cross. He rose again. That's what Easter's about. We happen to have Easter baskets and go for an Easter egg hunt and have a special meal. When we would celebrate Easter with like my Aunt Joy and her family, this is the coolest thing, you guys. This is like my Aunt Joy's Martha Stewart moment. It was something I looked forward to every single time. She would make like these pound cakes, but in the shape of a sheep. And so we would have like strawberry shortcake to a sheep. Like it was a sheep. It was so cute. And she'd even bring like chocolate syrup and caramel. I mean, it was the best, most amazing strawberry shortcake. But it was these little lammies. They were so cute.
That's so cute.
Yeah. And we would play like badminton and volleyball. So yeah, we celebrated Easter, I think, a lot at our house in Santa Clarita, as opposed to like maybe we didn't go to San Diego as much. But Easter was like a huge deal to my mom. And I think now for my kids, like I know that they look forward to it and they're excited about it. And you could just feel the intensity almost with kids. Like as the week is going on, how they're getting more and more excited. And they don't celebrate Easter as much in the school system or in the public schools like they do Christmas and Santa, but kids are aware and they know, and they're all talking about what you're doing for Easter on Sunday, or you know, what are your plans, or what are you hoping is in the Easter basket. So kids are all talking about it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, especially at your house where there's candy galore and fun and chaos, and you wake up to an Easter egg hunt and end your day with Auntie Elle's store. I mean, you guys do holidays so well and big. So fun. Do you think your kids are going to follow that tradition?
I think for the most part, I mean, Riley loves holidays. Okay, this is something, let's have this conversation. If you are a mom and you're raising your children in this like, oh, on Christmas morning, Jesus is born and we love baby Jesus and we sing Silent Night and Christmas is all about baby Jesus being born and Santa, but it's also focused on Jesus.
Well, Santa's not born.
Right, Santa's not born, but we just have to, you know, Santa's there too, but then we focus on baby Jesus being born. Okay, Easter, how do you kill Jesus? Like, it's a hard one. You know, like I remember when Riley was 4 and like she would sleep with her little nativity every night because she loved baby Jesus so much. And all of a sudden I'm like, it's Good Friday. Like, I don't want to tell her that like Jesus grew up and got killed and then rose again 3 days later. Like, it was going to break her little heart. So I remember when she was 4, I just couldn't do it. So I would just kept telling her, like, Easter is about Jesus is alive. Jesus is alive. And I knew eventually we could get the full Easter story, but I just knew her cute little Christmas Jesus heart, like, who celebrates baby Jesus every day,
wasn't ready for this.
Because that's intense. Like, that's an intense thing to tell a child. That's an intense thing for them to hear and to try to process. And then you're like, oh, but 3 days later, we're super excited. You know, like when you really look at it from a child's perspective, that's a lot for them to process, especially when they are younger. And so I think it's okay that I didn't fully tell her the full Easter story. Like, she understands now, 10 years later, age 14.
She's like, wait a minute. The Easter bunny isn't real? Jesus died?
Yes. I kind of think we need like a warning before this podcast. What if there's kids listening?
That's true.
But how did you talk to your kids about it? Because this is an intense story.
That's a good question. I think we talked about Jesus being killed, but we wouldn't have gone into the gruesomeness of how he was killed or, you know, details, but we would talk about why he died, and then we would celebrate rose again. So yeah, we did teach them that pretty young, but at the same time, our kids didn't snuggle nativity Jesus. So, and I think that the church we went to, I believe they like told the story pretty early. I mean, of course, it's age appropriate. Like, you're not going to maybe talk about the nails as much or the cross part of it, but you'll talk about, you know, the punishment for sin is death, and Jesus did this so we didn't have to die, but we could have eternal life. So we would focus on that, like the redemptive part of it. But yeah, that's true. I mean, even the Passion, like I know people like it to see the Passion of the Christ, they'll do that every year. I can't do the Passion every year. I've watched it once, maybe twice. But it's a lot. So, and it should be a lot. You know what I mean? Like, it should be a big deal, a gruesome deal. So I love that even with Riley, like, she understood who Jesus was and she loves him so much that, like, to move forward to the way he died or that he had to die, like, that's a big step. And that's okay to, like, take a moment and not just, you know, let them process it in their time. But yeah.
So there's so many things
that's what I have to say.
Easter. Exactly. And I think that's exactly it, is processing it. Because when they're celebrating baby Jesus being born, that's December. And then you're like, a few months later, he gets killed. You know, so for them, for children especially, as they're trying to figure out time and, you know, was it 33 years later? You know, they're having a hard time kind of grasping all those concepts. And in the meantime, there's an Easter bunny who's leaving baskets and eggs. And it's like, what is going on here? Like, we're just throwing so much at our kids.
I know, that's so true.
And as a mom, it's like, do I get them the cheesy Jesus Easter shirt, or do I get them like the bunny shirt, or do they wear the bunny ears? You know, like, are you allowed to wear bunny ears on Easter Sunday at church?
What's the Jesus shirt? Do they have cheesy Jesus shirts for kids?
Yes. I mean, you
Tell
can buy
me.
the Pinterest
See,
ones.
we missed
It's
that.
All, I mean, I say cheesy. They're cute. I'm actually wearing like an Easter Jesus shirt. Like, there's a lot of them, but some of them are like the tomb. Like, it's a picture of the tomb. You know, it's like he's alive, or, you know, some are really cute.
Okay, I was picturing like a little character Jesus being like, it's Easter.
Oh, I'm sure they have that. Yes, they do. But then they have the cute like bunny shirts or the Peeps shirts, you know, like hanging with my peeps, like those shirts. And then you're like, can you wear the Easter bunny shirt with Easter bunny ears to church on Sunday? You know, and then it's like, as a mom, you're trying to think, is that okay? Is it not okay? Well, I think it's cute, so you're going to do it, but are you supposed to? Are you supposed to dress fancy on Easter Sunday, or is it really okay to not dress fancy on Easter Sunday? But a lot of people go to church pretty much on Christmas and Easter, and sometimes that's all the time they go. They go to church like twice a year, which is awesome, and that's exciting. And I think as my kids have gotten older and older, it's like, you know what? We don't need to be wearing sports clothes on Easter Sunday, but for sure, wear the cute shirt with a bunny on it that says Happy Easter and enjoy.
Happy Easter. The dads come with the beard that says Happy Easter. Just kidding. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think you can't go wrong with dressing up, honestly, because there's no logos on it, and you're just cute little dresses and little suits and little suspenders for the boys and little bow ties. And then the shoes.
Oh, so you guys like
we
dressed up for Easter.
Yeah, I mean, they always wore dresses and cute little outfits. Yeah. Yeah, we always got fun, cute Easter clothes.
So cute. And it's a good excuse, you know, to buy that cute little dress. And then they'll wear it all summer anyway.
Curled Daisy's hair. Yeah. Yeah, I have pictures of my kids from little to grown up, all with like these cute little outfits and Easter egg hunts. I have a classic picture of having this whole Easter, like we had an egg hunt, and then we had like a whole, I don't know, games set up where we had like 3-legged races and all that. When we lived in Mississippi and we had friends. And I have this amazing picture of Shiloh and her friend crashing on the 3-legged race, and her friend like screaming at her for losing.
Oh no.
It's so funny. No, it's funny because they've recreated that because they're still friends and they're 18 now. But they'll like recreate that picture of her like being like, no. It's funny. Anyway, yeah, they always dressed up. I think we would get like if Old Navy or Walmart or Target or whatever would have a cute shirt, we would wear that during this season. But usually Sundays we dressed up. Everybody dressed up.
And you're mentioning the picture thing. And that is part of it, is like you want that cute Easter picture. So you're like, okay, get in your cute Easter outfit, whether that's an Easter t-shirt or a super cute dress with gloves and curly hair. But now, like, don't stain your outfit until I get the cute picture. Like, you want everyone.
Yeah.
Like,
there's chocolate dripping
right,
down.
because when they're surrounded by candy, it's like, oh, I'm in a cute dress, but here's all the chocolate everywhere, the gooey, sticky candy, you know, or like if in their Easter basket there's slime, then there's slime everywhere, and you're like, wait, I just want to get the cute Easter picture first. And moms are the ones who are pushing that cute Easter picture.
Yes, we're trying. Yes, you and I had matching Easter dresses. Me and your sisters had matching Easter dresses. They were like the white, like kind of lace. They had like lace and then they had like a ribbon.
We were little.
Our listeners don't care, but we were little. We had a matching Easter. That I wonder if that was the Easter bunny year with Darcy.
I've seen that picture. I don't remember the outfit and I don't remember the Easter bunny scare.
It was Easter.
But yeah, we clearly were together. I've seen that picture. So yeah, and that is a picture that we like. And I think that's part of it is we want like, hey, we have these pictures that we treasure. Like we want to have that for our kids. When they're older, be like, oh my gosh, remember this Easter? Remember that time? Remember the Auntie L store or the Easter baskets or, you know, it's all the fun memories that they're making now. And then it will be memories as they're older.
And then they pass those traditions on. Yeah, with their kids. It's super fun. All right, we're out of time. We hope you guys have a very happy Easter with whatever you're wearing to church on Sunday, be it an Easter bunny shirt or a fancy dress or a tomb shirt or a happy Easter.
Yes.
We hope you have an amazing, blessed time. And thanks for listening. And put us in your friends' Easter baskets to share.
Excellent.
I don't even know what that means.
We should get cards.
Uncle Dean is the Easter bunny.
Or stairs. You're not supposed to tell anyone. You blew his cover all these years later.
He lays eggs filled with candy.
Shh. Don't tell.
All right, everyone. Happy Easter. All right, that's all we have time for today. We got to wrap it up, unfortunately. But just remember, you might think you're doing just okay, but we think you're doing really great.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. We hope you have a great Mother Funny day. Please like and share our podcast.
But please don't tell our moms.